The King's back. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Blake Check. It's your boy King Blake. All right, we got something to discuss. So, Rolling Stone today dropped their feature with Meg Thee Stallion, where she was recalling the night with the shooting and put some really interesting stuff in there. Y'all gotta check this out. Look, in July 2020, a year after her mother and grandmother died, 6 weeks after topping the Billboard Hot 100 with Savage remix, Megan was looking for family, filling a void with new friendship and fun nights out. Rapper and singer Tory Lanez was one of those new friends, and on the evening of July 11th began as one of those nights. 45 minutes into the dinner, she confronts the toll of that evening head on. It started with Megan streaming herself, her friend Kylie Jenner, Lanez lounging in the Jenner's pool on Instagram Live. Some of y'all may remember that. After the poolside hang, Megan headed home in a car with Lanez, his driver, and her former best friend from Houston, Kelsey Harris. Megan explained what she says happened next in that April interview with Gayle King. We reacted to that. Y'all can find that video if you ain't seen it. Megan said an argument broke out between Harris and Lanez in the car, prompting her to ask the driver to pull over and let her out. Megan got out, but says the others persuaded her to get back in. Since they were close to their destination, after getting back into the car, she said the argument escalated. According to a LAPD detective who interviewed Meg, she and Harris got into an argument, and so did her and Lanez. When Megan got out the car for good, she said Lanez shouted, "Dance, bitch!" and began shooting at her. Her feet bleeding, Megan dropped to the ground and crawled to a stranger's driveway. Speaking to Gayle King, Megan said Lanez apologized profusely and begged for Meg's silence by offering her and Harris $1 million. Police vehicles and helicopters swarmed the scene, saying she feared law enforcement would respond with deadly force if they heard there was a black man with a gun. Megan told the police she stepped on glass. Lanez denied shooting Megan. His representative did not respond. Lanez was arrested for carrying a concealed firearm. Meanwhile, she went to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, still maintaining that she had stepped on glass. As officers left the hospital, a doctor reportedly told Megan that there was bullet fragments in both of her feet. Meg says that at first she tried to protect Lanez by keeping the shooting private. Then came the spread of jokes, memes, and what she says is false information, like rumors that Meg and Lanez was in a sexual relationship. On August 20th, 2020, just weeks after releasing WAP, Megan named Tory as the person who shot her. "You shot me. You got your publicists and your people going to blogs lying." October 2020, Tory was charged with one felony count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and for carrying a loaded gun, and he pled not guilty. Back in her LA mansion, that's where they did the interview. The dinner between us started to feel they start to go on how she felt a real connection with Tory, and she thought, because they had bonded over his mother dying when he was 11 from anemia complications, and her mom's dying as well, and her father died when she was 15 also. She said, "I never put my hands on this man," she continues. "I never did anything to him. There was an argument. People argue every day. Friends argue every day." Megan's scars run deep. First, there was this grueling physical recovery, which nobody knows. I had to get the surgery the same night, stayed in the hospital in California for maybe 4 days. Then I was in New York for a while. Both of my legs wrapped up. I could not walk. I still have bullet fragments in my feet right now. I was very scared that I was not able to be Meg Thee Stallion no more. And I was fucked up. She began physical therapy in New York before traveling to Tampa, Florida, where she regained the ability to walk. There are nightmares. That's the embarrassment, the way that people, she said she blames herself for what happened and how she handled it. I feel shame a little bit because even after he shot me, I was thinking about everybody else in the car. I thought everybody in the car was my friend, and that whole time, that's not what they thought of me. That's what really hurts. She implies that there was betrayal on two fronts, saying that after Harris, her friend, met with Lanez at a hotel less than 2 days after my shooting. I'm like, "Kelsey, as my best friend, why would you meet up with the person you saw shot your best friend?" She said, "Meg, you wasn't answering my calls. My back was against the wall. I didn't know what to do." "What the fuck do you mean your back was against the wall? You're the only person in the situation that would clear this up for me." This girl told me out her mouth. He told her, "Oh, thank you for not saying nothing. Now let me invest in your business. Let me do this. Let me do that." All I know was from that day on, she never said nothing else about the whole situation online. Harris has not responded for a request for comment. Lane's representative did not respond on the record for the request for a comment on that allegation. Before pleading not guilty against the charges, Lane's released an album where he reflected on the incident while alluding to being sour with the romance with Megan. "The man was never my ex. You were never my man," Megan says. Lane's continued to allude to a Twitter sexual relationship with both Megan and Kelsey. That same day, Lane's bolstered false claims by media personality DJ Academics, who was lambasted for when he put out the information that there wasn't Tory's DNA found on the gun, but it was really inconclusive. And that's when him and Megan had a whole back and forth, where they're pretty much laying out in this article that Lane's was the one who provided that information to Act via either directly or through his team. He did respond as well on Twitter, which was what got him caught up in the situation where they said he was, taunting her, and they had he violated the court orders where he couldn't, address her. She said, "I think it's so crazy that people are able to get online and publish anything that is not 100% fact. That's really messing with my life. How are you able to do it and get away with it? I just learned that you really can't get away with that, and I'm not going to get you right now, but I'm getting all this stuff together because I'm seeing it. I'm going to spin the block on you." Beyond crash YouTubers looking to discredit her with these theories. She says sexist and crude online Randall who insists that she lied about this attack. When Megan's assault is the topic of du jour on Twitter timeline, I mostly see messages supporting her and rebuking her detractors. Megan gets glimpses of this too. So she does see this stuff. When I see the hotties care about my mental health, they'll be like, "Okay, girl, you want me to get online? That's fine." Da, da, da. So she has supporters, but she does see the comments where a lot of people ain't really buying into the story. And of course she does, which is why she's doing this piece, right? She said, "I get online, I see funny shit all day. It's 20 people at me. My 15 minutes online is over. My 15 minutes is over." She said, "I see people saying, 'Damn, I would have shot that bitch too.' I have seen people say that. In some kind of way, she became the villain. And I don't know if people don't take it seriously because I seem strong. I wonder if it's because of the way I look. Is it because I'm not light enough? Is it because I'm not white enough? Am I not the shape, the height, because I'm not petite? Do I not seem like someone that is worth protecting, worth being treated like a woman?" And she says she's trying to get through it every day. And then she finished it really strongly with a statement that she feels like he tried to break her. She says she seems to especially feel this way about her alleged attacker. "I feel like you already tried to break me enough. You already shot me. So why are you dragging it out like this? Like, what else? Have you hated me this much the whole time and I didn't see it?" And they asked her, how, when they starts in September, she said, "I want him to go to jail." Meg said plainly, "I want him to go under the jail." So that's really, really strong piece where she's letting it be known like, yo, I still am in my feelings about it. I still feel a way towards this guy. I see the things that people are saying, and, I'm going to address a lot of those people, but at the same time, she has to understand that she did do certain things like the telling different stories, and it mixes up not only the investigators, but it makes it hard for the prosecutors to get her justice when there are already documented lies. So I'm one of those people that has been team just wait until the trial. A lot of people have taken little bits and pieces, not fully comprehending what some of these things mean, because they'll take something like, "Oh, Tory Lanez fingerprints and DNA on the gun was found inconclusive, and then they take that to say that means he never shot her. And it's like, that's not true. That means that there were other prints on the gun that they necessarily couldn't point to say this one distinctly is his print, because other people touched it, handled it, different things like that could have happened. Then you have the people who say there was no GSR, no gunshot residue found on Tory. That also was not true. There was some found on Kelsey, but if you do your research, gunshot residue can be found on anybody within 5 feet of the fired weapon. So if we're all in a car together, it's very possible that if somebody starts shooting, there'll be gunshot residue on all of us. None being found on Tory would be something to be suspicious of, but I believe Meg's personal attorney, Alex Shapiro, had said at one point that there was gunshot residue found on Tory. So it's a lot there. It's unfortunate that, with the way things have played out, we won't be able to hear anything from Tory or his side of the events. The court has that gag on him and they've silenced him. So we have to wait and see how this thing plays out in September. And like I said, this is the hip hop whodunit of the century. People want to know. They don't think Tory did it. They think Kelsey did it. Kelsey, I 100% believe, took the money. She took the money and she's been silent. Maybe her situation with Meg wasn't that beneficial monetarily. And here come this opportunity with Tory, and her situation with Meg wasn't as great as it could be, because clearly he would do that to a friend if you were a real friend. So we just have to take all of those things into consideration and say to ourselves, we got to wait and see. That's all. Be patient. But the truth is coming out, and we going to get that truth. If we don't get it sooner than later, we going to definitely get it in September. It was supposed to be, supposedly, the shooting was caught on camera. One of the Ring cameras in the area caught the shooting. I don't know how clearly they caught it, but that's one of the early pieces of evidence. I don't think the prosecution has laid out all of their evidence to the public. I think that, both teams, both camps have been playing their equal games of trying to sway public opinion, but we're going to get to the bottom of this in the fall. It's my food for thought. King Blake, y'all let me know what y'all think. Is there anything I might have missed out on this? I mean, she sent shots everywhere she needed to. She want Tory under the jail. She pretty much let Act know she might spin the block for him on some Cardi B and Tasha K type of situation. And yeah. And Kelsey took the money and ran. Goddamn, friends like that, right? It's your boy King Blake. Once again, food for thought. Like, comment, subscribe. More content coming for your head tops. We out of here.